The first thing to know is that not only is everything online, but it's all, for instance, in the case of Dallas, when you go to try to log in, I want to see Dallas County votes or whatever, it will go to what's called a DNS server. Mm-hmm. The DNS server will then say, okay, well, the IP address for what you're describing is this number, and it matches them up. And then on your computer, you see you're connected to www.dallascountyvotes.org, right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you're going through the internet immediately just to get to Dallas County Votes. Dallas County Votes is supposed to be protected by what's called a secure socket layer certificate.
Right.
So we went and looked at that, and guess what? What you're seeing on your screen now is a list of the first page of the list of all of the locations that are sharing the same certificate. Now, what does that mean? What that means is the key to your house is the same key to your neighbor's house, the neighbor next to him,
like
the guy behind the alley.
builder's master key. You can open any of them.
Absolutely.
And they haven't even bothered to change the locks.
And guys the level of mine could go into any of these sites and travel sideways and get into any of the others. It is wide open. And you'll see from this list, this comes from all over the country. All over the country. And they're all on the same certificate.
That's, again, criminally negligent.
Absolutely.
Because on every website that I have, we install our own certificates. You get a certificate, you have to pay for it because you can't share certificates like that.
Not supposed to.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you're seeing now is you're seeing in the little green outline the typical county system. And there will be a database there, an Oracle database generally, and there'll be some software that queries that database in order to make reports. And while your state officials may say it's all air-gapped, it's not, because that database is the direct feed for the unofficial vote reporting on the night of elections. And that's connected to the internet. Well, if it is, you can go right back through that same path and change the database or change the reporting system so that when they do print out the official results 10 days later, it's all changed.
Yep.
So, and by the way, the official results is what carries your personally identifiable information. So let's follow how a vote flows.
Okay, let's do that.
The first thing is the voting machine, and that's where you and I vote and all that kind of stuff. And it's one way or another that gets transported to the county. It may be thumb drives, it may be magnetic cards, it may be faxes, it may be all kinds of ways. It may be directly over the internet.
Right.
But it goes to a database there, and that's true whether it's ES&S or HARD or Dominion or any of those people. Inside the county, then there's also software. In the case of Dallas, since ES&S is the one that counts the votes here, their software is called Electionware. So Dallas has Electionware, and it's the tabulation software that splits it into the official and the unofficial, et cetera. And supposedly the official results are air-gapped, but we know they're not because the database itself isn't. That is the county system, and that's what you see outlined there in red. And from the official results, 10 days after the election, they send it to the state election office. But the unofficial results in real time are constantly being sent to Clarity Votes. And that's a whole different database system, and it's backed up on Amazon World Services.
How many places are my votes and my personally identifiable information going?
Well, there's at least 4 Amazon databases we've identified and Clarity.
They don't even need to keep how I voted. They should count my vote. It should be anonymous. They should report it, and it should be, that should be it.
Sure.
They don't need to keep it anywhere. It's nobody's business. Because if somebody knows how I vote, they can use that against me in some way, What if you vote against the candidate who wins and they want to come after you and say, hey, you opposed me, you voted against me, and they want to try and punish you for it? Or what if somebody wants to blackmail you for how you voted? Or what if somebody wants to coerce you to vote a certain way? That's the reason that our nation has been built on the idea of the secret ballot. And you're telling me there's no secret ballot?
No, there is no secret
And not
ballot.
only that, it's not only just not a secret ballot, but how I vote can be changed so that I don't even recognize it and it still can be used against me.
Correct.
That's
Yep.
scary.
So let's just look at this Amazon World Service database so you can see this is a list. It's called Catalog of Collected Sites that are backed up on the cloud, AWS and Clarity. And this is just the first page. You can see all these sites, whether it's Hudson, New Jersey, Gregg, Texas, St. Charles, Louisiana, Warren, New Jersey, Coffee, Alabama, Dallas, Texas, Adams County, on and on and on. They're all backed up there. And all of these sites are vulnerable, every single one of them.
You couldn't mess things up more by accident. There's no way this is by accident. This has got to have been purposed and planned.